of the month, which is Ekapada Rajakapatasana, otherwise known as pigeon pose. It's a great opening for the outer hip. Right? So we'll start in the classical version, and then I'll show you a couple of modifications for this, depending on what your hips are doing right now. So I'll start facing the front of the mat, and bring my one knee forward, and point it out to the side a little bit. So I'm actually abducting my thigh bone just a little bit. I'm going to try and bring my foot up a little higher toward the front of the mat, but only to a point where I don't feel too much stretching going on in the hip. You want to curl your back toes under and try and take that back leg behind you, right? Just so you're stretching a little bit into the front of the opposite hip. You can go ahead and look behind you. Make sure your ankle is aligned behind your knee and your knee behind your hip. I want to keep this front foot really active, right? So it's not just flopping here and all of my weight is sinking down. I'm using some energy in my legs, my foot, to lift up here. A lot of people have a big gap between the hip and the floor, like I do. If you don't feel confident in the strength of your leg, you can take a blanket, place it up underneath your hip. Good. It's nice to get some length into the spine before you fold yourself forward onto your elbows or all the way down to your forehead. Again, great stretch for that outer hip. You want to try and breathe here, exhaling as fully as you can. If you have any issues here, if you feel a lot of pinching in the hip, right, listen to that. You can take yourself out of this, and I'll show you a modification. Coming down onto your back, crossing your ankle over your knee, eye of the needle. You lift the legs up, try and get some forward tilt to the pelvis, so that would be this action. Maybe hold the back of the thigh, maybe not. Maybe keep the arms out. If you keep this foot nice and active, you'll feel the stretch into the outer hip. You don't have all of your weight on the leg, so you have an opportunity to stretch safely into your hip. Namaste.